Allied Technologies, known as Altech in short, focuses on the telecommunications, multimedia and information technology industries. They own Autopage, Cellular and Altech Netstar and have expanded into Africa. They're also focusing on set-top boxes and in-car infotainment systems. Altech has a market cap of 5.7 billion rand and a price earnings of 36.5. They are also experiencing trouble in both West Africa and East Africa as their Africa strategy gives them trouble. Where are we going with this one?
Yeah, disappointing, because when they did those deals in Kenya and also in Nigeria, they, announced them with much fanfare in terms of how great those markets were and how positive the regulatory authorities were and so on. And now, a bit down the line, they're making excuses and writing things off and so on. Look, it's an interesting company because it's obviously controlled by the Venter family. Altech has Altron above it. And they get a little bit of criticism because they're not very transparent in their workings, but they're always busy buying and selling stuff. The Autopage cellular business is a good one, and I do like it a lot, and I think it's benefited from the sale of data cards and so on and so forth. So at 6 billion market cap, it's not badly positioned. I think the share price offers some value. It hasn't done well. It's kind of trading at the low end of its 52-week band. But it's not all that liquid. It only trades like 2 million rand a day because of the family holding. And it's a little bit tricky to know what's going on under the hood. Like I say, there is potential here for earnings disappointment.
Potential for earnings disappointment. That's not something investors want to hear.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think they actually, in terms of Africa, I think they're taken away from West Africa and putting towards East Africa. They're saying that they're taking rid of West African operations in the next couple of months or so, when they're going to be focusing, I think, on East Africa again. And with regards to some of the other issues outside the telecommunications aspect, for instance, the set-top boxes, we just talked about the LTE, etc. Some of the best bandwidth out there is TV bandwidth, the stuff that's been used by the SABC, etc. And what the hope had been, you get these set-top boxes that don't use that bandwidth. We have this huge chunk of bandwidth available for the data carriers, and we have this big jump up in terms of mobile broadband, etc. That's been delayed for years and years and years. And every time we think there's a solution, government changes operations. So even though the set-top stuff has to happen or should happen, government as a way of making this stuff that should and has to happen many years down the line. That being said, with regards to the company, look, it's been very range bound for the last, I would say, 6 months or so. When we had that news.
At 54 rand, hot or not, on Altech?
I'd buy it for that, but I'd probably be selling it if it closed anyway, maybe a buck or two higher than this, because it's so range bound for the last few months.
You don't understand my question. Hot or not?
At 54, yes, but not if it goes much higher.
It's hot?
At this price, yes.
Thank you, Viv. Hot or not on Altech?
Not, unfortunately, not.